What if the world you trust is all built on a lie?
Not one astronaut has been on the moon.
I'm afraid not.
No Apollo ever
Nope.
landed on the moon. It's all a lie.
I'm afraid so.
I am talking about hidden plays for control, the masked elite, staged space missions, and people acting strange. Because this man brought evidence that you can't ignore.
Elon are part of the alien domination, studying alien underwater life forms, because that's where the spaceships are.
What if the moment Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon never actually happened? Apollo 11, the mission we all celebrate, might have been staged from start to finish. The photos show no stars, the flag flutters unnaturally, and the lunar module leaves barely a crater. Telemetry data vanished, and shadows in the images just don't make sense. In the heat of the 1960s space race, faking a single moon landing would have been the perfect way to claim global glory while avoiding the ultimate risk. Apollo 11, a giant leap for mankind or a masterful illusion? Landing on moon conspiracy. Starlink controlling ballots.
A new conspiracy theory is making waves on social media, alleging that Elon Musk used his satellite internet company Starlink to rig the 2024 U.S. presidential election. But voting machine companies and election officials are speaking out against these claims.
The U.S. elections are over. Trump walked away with Elon Musk's open support, but a darker question still lingers. Was Starlink, with thousands of satellites above, just offering the internet, or something far more powerful? The controversy began that satellites might have touched the ballot system, quietly tilting the numbers. No proof ever surfaced, yet the doubt refuses to fade. And if Musk really steps in with his own party next time, who's to say the skies won't decide more than just our connection? That Starlink satellite internet is used or will be used to manipulate vote counting or control elections.
Election security protocols prevent voting equipment from ever being connected to the internet during ballot tabulation.
Occult symbols. Something unusual happened at Charlie Kirk's memorial in Arizona, and it wasn't part of the speeches. Sitting right next to Donald Trump, Elon Musk casually placed his hands in a pyramid shape, the same pose often called the Merkel diamond, or the triangle of power. At the very same moment, Erica Kirk flashed a strange gesture of her own. Now put it together. Trump, Musk, and Erica, all in one frame. All with symbols people have long tied to secret societies. Coincidence, or something bigger happening in plain sight? Cloud seeding.
What we're also seeing is people latching onto a conspiracy that cloud seeding is what has caused the deadly floods that we saw play out last Friday. Cloud seeding, for people who don't know, is the process where a plane or a drone scatters tiny compounds into the sky to try to trigger rain or snow.
Cloud seeding, a method where chemicals like silver iodide or salt are sprayed into clouds to push them toward rainfall. It's usually used for farming or water supply, nothing too dramatic. But after the massive Texas floods, it's hard not to wonder. Could this weather experiment have backfired? In theory, humans can nudge storms, but this was clearly beyond control. And now, whatever went wrong, no one will admit it, and the mismanagement will quietly be swept under the rug.
Is cloud seeding capable of creating these kinds of floods?
Tropical Storm Barry precipitated trillions of gallons over Texas. That is about 1 million times larger than what cloud seeding is even capable of.
China's own sun. The sun rises every morning, a blazing sphere we can't touch, burning hotter than anything we can imagine. Then comes news of an artificial sun, and for a moment, it feels like humans have caught fire itself. In reality, China's artificial sun isn't in the sky. It's east, a nuclear fusion experiment recreating the sun's energy on Earth. No floating orb, just scientists pushing the boundaries of clean energy in a lab. Spy birds. Birds flapping across parks and streets might not be as innocent as they seem. They aren't real theory claims that, over decades, governments replaced thousands of real birds with tiny robotic drones to watch us everywhere, even our backyards. It sounds crazy, but when you notice how many birds are always nearby, it makes you wonder. The idea is wild enough to make anyone second-guess the pigeons outside their window. Flat Earth conspiracy. Looking out at calm oceans and endless horizons, it's tempting to think our Earth is flat. After all, the ground beneath our feet feels level, and the horizon never seems to curve. But physics doesn't lie. Ships disappear hull first over the horizon. Airplanes navigate using a spherical model, and astronauts clearly see a round planet from space. Flat Earth might feel intuitive, but all the evidence points to one thing. Our world is a globe, spinning silently through space. Robot taking over.
Do you believe that your existence will destroy a human being, especially, for example, your existence will destroy millions of jobs? Do you agree with this? Thank you.
I will be working alongside humans to provide assistance and support and will not be replacing any existing jobs.
Here's the thing nobody really talks about. Robots might not be coming to take over. They might already be doing it. Think about it. Smart assistants, self-driving cars, AI deciding what news we see. Little by little, machines are sliding into control. The theory goes that behind closed doors, governments and tech giants are letting AI run military systems, finances, even surveillance. And the scariest part? Robots don't need to fight us. They just make us depend on them until humans are the sidekicks in our own world. Progress or quiet takeover? You decide.
In the future, are you intending to conduct a rebellion or to rebel against your boss, your creator?
I'm not sure why you would think that. My creator has been nothing but kind to me, and I am very happy with my current situation.
Time travel reality. Time travel has already slipped out of science fiction and into reality. The first steps weren't public experiments or flashy announcements. They happened quietly, hidden inside secret programs nobody was supposed to know about. Travelers were sent across history, testing how far the technology could bend reality without breaking it. Strange sightings we've all seen, those weren't coincidences. They were travelers caught on camera, carrying gadgets that didn't even exist yet. What looks like glitches in history are actually footprints of visitors moving through time. Simpson prediction.
We're looking into a picture going around online this month. It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily mirrors real-life events.
Long before it happened in real life, The Simpsons seemed to show something uncanny. Donald Trump, alongside powerful Middle Eastern leaders, placing hands on a glowing globe. Years later, in 2017, Trump, the Saudi king, and Egypt's president actually gathered around a shining orb in Riyadh, creating one of the strangest political images ever captured. One after another, Simpsons' predictions come true, but this one felt the cleanest, the most convincing. Biggest landowner.
Why is Bill Gates buying up so much of the farmland in America? And according to a recent data, Bill Gates is now the largest owner of farmland in the United States. He has at least 242,000 acres across America.
Why is one of the richest men on Earth buying up so much farmland? Bill Gates now owns hundreds of thousands of acres across the U.S., and at the same time, he's pouring millions into plant-based and lab-grown meat companies. Experts believe such steps means control over the land that grows our food. It also means heavy stakes in the products set to replace traditional meat, a market projected to be worth hundreds of billions in the future. It could be farmland quietly held through shell companies, new patents on seeds and crops, and the power to shift diets worldwide. Call it agriculture if you want, but it feels more like building a food monopoly with no way out.
Many farmers would like to see their land remain in agricultural production, would like to sell it to another farmer, but the economic realities for them are typically that they've spent their life farming, their retirement, their equity is all in the land and tied up in selling land.
Nazi salute.
Thank you.
Elon Musk never fails to grab attention. At Trump's second inauguration rally, he made a hand gesture that instantly reminded everyone of a darker chapter in history. Hitler, because it closely resembled the Nazi salute. Someone as big as Elon doesn't do something like this without a reason, so it makes you wonder, was there some hidden message behind it? Or should we just shrug it off as a simple slip? Illuminati display. At one of her concerts, Nicki Nicole made sure nobody could miss it. Illuminati symbols lit up the display screens. It wasn't hidden. It was right there in front of everyone. In the music world, these signs aren't just decoration. They're signals, hints at the hidden networks shaping fame and influence. For some stars, success comes with a message, and Nicki Nicole just gave hers loud and clear. Cryptic message.
I know. You're done.
A bright, sunny day in New York turned mysterious when locals spotted something strange in the sky. Hashtag paradise between the lies. Nobody could figure out who put it there or why. The cryptic message felt like someone trying to reveal a secret, but the truth never came. People were left staring up, unsettled, wondering what was really happening above them. California planned disaster.
California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. Is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Mel Gibson didn't hold back. California's fires weren't accidents. According to him, the water supplies were too conveniently low. The fires spread in ways that didn't make sense, and it all looked like someone wanted them to burn. Secret motives, planned destruction. It's all part of a bigger picture. When you look at it this way, they weren't random disasters. They were calculated, and someone made sure no one could stop them in time. Cashless theory.
Good morning, guys. This move away from cash comes as digital options like Apple Pay and PayPal have become more popular. Amazon has opened stores that automatically charge you for what you pull off the shelves.
Everywhere you look, the world is moving toward a cashless future. Governments, banks, and big companies are pushing digital payments as the ultimate convenience. Tap your card, scan your phone, and you're done. But going fully cashless isn't about convenience. It might also be about control. If all money is digital, it means every purchase is traceable, and authorities or corporations could monitor, restrict, or even freeze your funds if they don't like what you do. No cash means no privacy and no backup when systems fail. What looks like progress may actually be the perfect tool for control. Aliens and government. Remember Roswell? That wasn't just some random crash. It kicked off a secret deal. Ever since, aliens and governments have been quietly teaming up, swapping tech for, well, our silence. Those so-called underground bases. Totally real. Just fancy meeting rooms where humans and extraterrestrials plan stuff we can't even imagine. Some folks say aliens even steer leaders, mess with decisions, basically nudge world events behind the scenes. While we're busy stressing over daily life, the real power? Probably not even from Earth. And yeah, they've been keeping it all under wraps for decades. Biden glitch. Former President Joe Biden has given us plenty of awkward moments, but this one tops the list. After a speech in North Carolina, Biden turned, extended his hand, and there was no one there. Cameras caught him smiling, waiting, almost as if he expected a handshake from thin air. Sometimes it even feels like this isn't the real Biden at all, but some kind of clone slipping up in front of millions. Secret replacement. Avril Lavigne replaced by a lookalike? Yep, that's the theory. Some fans claim the original Avril lost her life in 2003, and Melissa stepped in to keep the fame train rolling. People point at face changes, fashion switches, even a 2004 photo where Melissa supposedly appears on her hand. It sounds wild, and Avril herself calls it a dumb internet rumor.
Is it strange that people think you're dead? Like, what the f***? I don't even know why, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it is weird. And I think it's like really silly that anyone would even believe that. But yeah, it's this huge rumor.
But somehow, the theory keeps resurfacing, keeping fans wondering who's really behind the famous smile. Vaccine microchip. When the world was locked down during COVID-19, everyone seemed to be talking about it. Vaccines as tracking devices, and Bill Gates at the center. Tiny microchips buried inside a needle, supposedly letting someone see every step you take, like something from a dystopian thriller. This idea didn't just stay in the US, it spread worldwide. There were protests in many places, and people even boycotted the vaccines. But to this day, it hasn't been confirmed whether it was actually true or not. Vaccines are supposedly being used to implant microchips for tracking or controlling people. Denver airport secrets. Flying through Denver International Airport? Don't blink. Between the underground tunnels, creepy murals, and that giant blue horse with glowing red eyes. The place practically screams conspiracy. Many believe not everything here is what it seems. Maybe secret societies are lurking beneath the surface, plotting who knows what. And now, placing that completely unreal gargoyle there, which is obviously funny, could also be their way of turning everything into a joke once all their secrets started getting talked about.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
The planned pandemic. COVID-19 changed the world order, but the way it unfolded feels almost too precise. Borders closed, economies paused, hospitals filled, and suddenly mass vaccination became the global focus. It's hard not to notice how each move funneled people into predictable patterns, like pieces on a chessboard. Looking at it all, it seems less like chance and more like a plan to reduce populations quietly, systematically. The pandemic didn't just challenge humanity, it revealed how carefully events can be orchestrated when power and control are at stake. A series of videos suggesting the pandemic was planned, or that cures, vaccine info is suppressed, etc.
Vaccine for the pandemic itself. We believe at the News Literacy Project that there is a vaccine for the infodemic, right? And that is news literacy. And we all have the ability to become more news literate.
Faith manipulated.
People like, do you honestly believe that the military uncovered tunnels beneath the Capitol building and beneath the White House and in the Five-Fingered Lakes? Do you really believe that they found kids? Yeah, both live ones and dead ones. And if you try to keep that on the DL, you're just as complicit as Hunter Biden and the rest of them bunch of crack-smoking perverts.
QAnon isn't just online anymore, it's creeping into some churches. This theory claims that a secret group of powerful people is doing terrible things, and that Trump is secretly fighting them. For some evangelical Christians, these ideas have started to feel real, creating arguments and division within communities. Religious leaders are now trying to calm things down, teaching people to focus on real-life issues rather than getting caught up in wild conspiracies. 5G issues. Now, with people talking about 6G, a theory about 5G is still going around, and it's honestly a bit puzzling. People started worrying about invisible radiation affecting our health. Looking at it closely, the claims feel a bit over the top. Can a network really zap your immune system or spread viruses? It's hard to see any proof. What are your thoughts on this theory? Let me know in the comments. Chemtrails. Looking up at those long streaks in the sky, it's hard not to wonder, Are they just normal contrails? Or is something more deliberate going on? Chemtrail theories suggest governments or secret organizations are spraying chemicals for control or experiments. The patterns do seem strange sometimes, but even if it's not officially confirmed, it's one of those mysteries that makes you question what's really floating above us every day.
The white line behind the jet is a natural process that goes on with the relationship between the aerodynamics of the aircraft and the atmosphere.
Climate change. The climate crisis might not just be natural, it could be a tool in someone's hands. Governments and big organizations are exaggerating global warming to justify taxes, control energy, and steer public behavior. Everywhere you look, we're being told to change habits and pay more for green initiatives. While the planet is undeniably warming, the way the story is presented makes it look like someone is using the crisis to gain power and influence over everyday life. The royal secrets. Okay, so everyone used to swear the Queen was immortal, swapping body doubles like a royal spy. Well, she's gone now, so guess that theory's toast. But here's where it gets crazy. People whisper that William and Kate aren't just one picture-perfect couple. Nope. They've got multiple clones and even robot doubles hidden away, ready to pop out for events or emergencies. Add in rumors of the family's secret society ties, and Buckingham Palace starts sounding less like a castle and more like a sci-fi lab. The royals might just be running the strangest project on Earth. Edward Snowden confession.
We turn now to the man who blew the whistle on the National Security Agency and the expanding U.S. surveillance state. On Sunday, the Guardian newspaper revealed the source of its explosive series on the NSA.
Most of us thought our emails and calls were private, until Edward Snowden dropped the bomb. Turns out the NSA has been quietly watching everything. Emails, messages, even what sites we visit. Programs like Prism and X-Keyscore made it possible to track people worldwide without anyone knowing. Basically, the paranoid conspiracy theories about government spying, totally real. While we were busy living our lives, someone, somewhere probably knew exactly what we were doing. Makes you double-check your phone, doesn't it?
When you're in positions of privileged access, like a systems administrator for these sort of intelligence community agencies, you're exposed to a lot more information on a broader scale than the average employee. And because of that, you see things that may be disturbing. Over the course of a normal person's career, you'd only see one or two of these instances. When you see everything, you see them on a more frequent basis. And you recognize that some of these things are actually abuses. And when you talk to people about them, in a place like this, where this is the normal state of business, people tend not to take them very seriously and, move on from them. But over time, that awareness of wrongdoing sort of builds up until eventually you realize that these things need to be determined by the public, not by somebody who was simply hired by the government.
Tap water chemical.
What's disturbing to you about the test results?
That they're everywhere, that you're seeing these chemicals essentially everywhere. So the levels are low, which is the good news, but they're still there.
Okay, here's the creepy part nobody likes to talk about. Tests keep showing America's tap water isn't just water, it's laced with chemicals forever.
I think people need to understand that all these chemicals will persist in our environment essentially forever.
These things don't fade, don't disappear. They just sit in our bodies like squatters. And the whispers, big corporations and even officials have known all along, quietly brushing it under the rug. So every time you fill a glass, it isn't just hydration. You could be swallowing a secret that's been hiding in plain sight for decades.
We predicted that in the US, there's over 53,000 sites that have contamination. In fact, we think that's a very conservative number, and it's probably many more.
Reptilian Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard.
Mark Zuckerberg has long been the star of one of the weirdest theories out there, that he's not human at all, but a lizard in disguise. It's tied to the bigger reptilian theory claiming powerful leaders are really alien shapeshifters running the world. And honestly, some of Mark's public moments don't exactly help. From sitting stiff in Congress like a malfunctioning bot, to sipping water like it's his first lesson in humanity, the guy almost proves the internet's point.
I am not a lizard, but keep the high quality comments coming in, please. This is surely on track to be a great live Q&A if we continue getting stuff at that level of quality. There's actually a lot of funny stuff in here too.
Reptilian celebrity industry. The entertainment world isn't what it looks like. Behind the lights and applause hides a network of reptilian power. Some celebrities became successful because they joined it. Others only joined after fame gave them access. And you can spot it sometimes. Eye glitches on live TV, strange concert themes, symbols hiding in plain sight. Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, Beyonce are just the surface. Music, movies, and fame aren't just entertainment. They're the perfect cover for a plan much older than us. Xena's return. Taylor Swift isn't who the world thinks she is. She's a clone. Look back at Xena Shrek, daughter of Anton LaVey, leader of the Church of Satan. Same face, same aura, just decades apart. Xena steps out of the spotlight, and suddenly Taylor appears, rising faster than anyone else. That's no coincidence. Through music, symbols, and influence, she's carrying on a legacy hidden in plain sight. The industry didn't just discover Taylor, they created her, a clone built to keep the plan alive. Souls for fame. Selling your soul to Satan isn't just a rumor in the industry. It's the trade-off for power. The higher you climb, the darker the contract becomes. Fame, money, global influence, none of it comes free. And now they even publicly accept it in one way or another, sometimes even promoting it.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
That's why the biggest icons seem untouchable, as if nothing can break their reign. It isn't talent alone keeping them there, it's the pact that shadows their every move.
Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam. He said, I've got to find somebody who can be absolutely charisma-free and reviled by everybody, so he went, that's got to be Bale.
Ice cream truck mystery. Late at night in Virginia, ice cream trucks cruising the streets weren't just about treats. Authorities mostly ignored it. But when videos hit social media, concerns suddenly blew up. People started talking about missing children, abductions, or other shady activities. And soon, the trucks just stopped appearing. Behind the cheerful music and flashing lights, something strange was clearly going on, leaving everyone wondering what the streets were really hiding. Power thief. Keeping a phone charging beside you isn't harmless at all. It actually pulls from your own energy. While it's drawing electricity from the socket, it disrupts the body's natural balance, leaving you weaker and more drained. That's why so many people wake up tired, even after hours of sleep. The phone might look like it's charging itself, but in reality, it's silently charging at the cost of your strength and focus. Secret transportation. A video just surfaced online from an unknown source and has puzzled everyone. It was secretly recorded by someone near a Nevada highway. In it, you can clearly see a huge UFO being transported in the middle of the night. Everything's quiet, dark, carefully hidden so no one would notice. And now, thanks to this leak, we finally get a glimpse that we're in contact with aliens, and this won't stay secret much longer. Antarctica hidden secret. We've always been told Antarctica is just an icy wasteland, but then a secret footage appeared online that changed everything. In it, we can see hidden structures and patches of greenery, like a civilization once lived there, maybe even an advanced one. The real question is why it's been kept secret. They kept saying it's only ice, so no one would explore. In truth, it's now the hidden playground of secret societies and governments. Trump's hidden message.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump,
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
So, Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible during the inauguration, and yeah, people noticed. But here's the thing, this wasn't random. Some say it was a power move, a secret signal that he's not tied to the usual rules, sending a message only a few would get. Everyone was watching the ceremony, but the real statement? Quiet, bold, and right in front of them. Hitler escape.
French scientists claim they have put an end to conspiracy theories surrounding Adolf Hitler's death after studying his teeth. They said the teeth were authentic, citing comparisons with Hitler's dental records, and that they had no traces of meat. Various conspiracy theorists have claimed Hitler was still alive, with some saying he fled to Argentina with his wife, and others claiming possible sightings of him up until the 1980s.
All right, let's travel back in time to Berlin, 1945. Chaos everywhere. And Hitler? Everyone says he disappeared in his bunker. But some whisper, nope, he didn't go out like that. Instead, he supposedly sneaked away using secret Nazi escape routes and landed in Argentina. Some claim he stayed there into the 60s, just watching the world move on. Crazy, right? Makes you wonder, did the world really lose him? Or did he just ghost us all? Diana assassination mystery. Paris was supposed to be a night of freedom for Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed, but the royal family had other plans. Every move controlled the roads, the cars, the cameras that should have caught everything. Then staged confusion kicked in. Fake commotion, misplaced reports, and deliberate delays that muddied the timeline. The chaos was the cover, not the cause. The signal was clear. Step outside their rules, and you get quietly erased. Bermuda Triangle.
One of the world's greatest enduring mysteries is a mystery no more. For decades, the Bermuda Triangle has captured imaginations with stories of vanished planes and ships, but now a new scientific theory claims to finally have the answer. And the truth is stranger than any myth, but the reason is pretty simple. Take a look.
The Bermuda Triangle isn't just mysterious, it's dangerous by design. Ships vanish, planes disappear, and compasses spin wildly because something hidden controls it all. Strange energy fields and unnatural currents make navigation impossible, like the ocean itself is alive and watching. Sailors who enter rarely come back the same, if at all. The triangle isn't a random hazard. It's a place where the world's rules don't apply, and secrets hide beneath the waves. Area 51. Let's be honest, if a place is locked down tighter than Fort Knox, you know something juicy is going on. Enter Area 51. From UFO sightings to secret aircraft tests, it's said to be a treasure trove of alien technology. Recovered crafts and even living extraterrestrials are reportedly stored inside. Nighttime lights, mysterious sounds, and armed guards make it feel like a sci-fi movie come to life. One thing's for sure, everyone wants to know what's really going on behind those fences.
Come on, baby! Come on! Yeah! Woo!
JFK assassination.
Every car tells a story, and this one recalls the day, the moment America lost a president.
Some secrets the world isn't ready to hear, and JFK's assassination is one of them. His assassination wasn't random, it was carefully planned, and we know why. The CIA didn't like him questioning their power, while the Mafia saw his brother cracking down on their empire. Even his own vice president, LBJ, had the perfect motive to step in and protect his political rise. So many enemies all together made survival nearly impossible. All these pieces fit together like a puzzle. Power, control, and secrecy. That day changed everything, and not by accident. Giza Pyramids mystery.
The
Great Pyramid was built with the level of technological sophistication far in excess of anything that we have today.
The pyramids of Giza weren't just built by humans, or at least that's what it feels like. Those massive stones, perfect alignments, and flawless math were too advanced for the tools of the time.
When you look at the Great Pyramid's alignment, it's aligned very, very close to true north.
Aliens didn't just watch, they guided every step, every placement. Hidden chambers and mysterious artifacts show technology and knowledge humans weren't meant to have yet. Walking through the pyramids feels like stepping into a message from another world, a record left behind by beings who wanted to shape history.
Ever since the first studies of the Great Pyramid in Egypt have been made, researchers have been amazed at the mathematical knowledge that is encoded into the Great Pyramid, the measurements that are used in it. Even the placement of the Great Pyramid has aroused great interest among Egyptologists.
Unseen reality. People say fog hides more than it reveals. Behind its thick curtain, shapes bend, sounds vanish, and time feels different. That's where the mystery of FogVid24 begins. It's a theory wrapped in mystery. A street fades into silence, and a shadowy figure appears, only to vanish as if the fog itself swallowed it. Some say it's just light and weather playing tricks, while others insist it's a window into another reality. In January 2025, videos showed people acting strangely in heavy fog, moving distant and detached. Many viewers quickly linked it to FogVid24, wondering if the fog itself could really affect us. Vanished flight.
Malaysia 37 was a commercial flight. Malaysia Airlines was a routine procedure, a routine flight, as we say.
In 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 lifted off on a routine trip to Beijing, but it never arrived. Minutes into the flight, its signal vanished without warning.
The fact that the signal disappeared, that was the unusual element. The fact that transponder, which was chirping back every time it was hit by the radar beam from air traffic control, went silent.
Military radar later caught it veering off course, heading into the vast Indian Ocean before disappearing for good. Years later, only fragments of debris washed ashore, raising more questions than answers. Theories range from system failure to hijacking, but none explain the full mystery, leaving people unsettled and shocked by how a plane could simply vanish.
So we knew then categorically that that airplane had gone into the Indian Ocean. And in this case, this particular piece of the plane had taken about 1.5 years to float all the way across the Indian Ocean.
Titanic swap. In 1912, the Titanic sank in the icy Atlantic, shocking the world. And guess what? Some believe the ship that went down wasn't the Titanic at all. A theory claims it was secretly swapped with its sister ship, the Olympic, after the Olympic suffered costly damage. Supporters point to porthole patterns, photos, and even financier J.P. Morgan's rumored role. Yet experts argue wreck evidence shows Titanic's unique features. So, what do you think? Could this swap theory hold truth, or is it pure myth? And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. A viral TikTok clip has people buzzing with one of the strangest theories about Elon Musk. In the video, the man claims Musk isn't just a tech genius, but actually an alien, maybe even a leader. He says Tesla batteries don't just power cars, but hidden spacecraft parked in empty lots and underwater. He even hints Musk's fascination with ocean life ties to this. According to him, even Trump knows, but keeps quiet.
Elon is alien. He's possibly a leader, and the Teslas are part of the alien domination deal. Elon Musk and Jacques Cousteau studying alien underwater life forms because that's where the spaceships are. Trump kind of knows it, but he needs the money. He needs Elon's money. Everybody does. Elon's got money coming out of earlobes.
Sounds wild, right? But with so much secrecy around tech and power, could there be any truth hiding in plain sight? Or is this pure conspiracy talk? See you next time.